Welcome back to the Zephbug experience. My name is Aiden, and I will be your guide. Since I was a kid, I have been obsessed with RuneScape. It all started when my cousin Cameron whispered me into my aunt and uncle's computer room. I walked in, and on the screen was, of course, Diablo II. Up until this point, I had been almost exclusively a Nintendo kid, barring my brief excursion into PS2 games with Spyro the Dragon before my brother double-disked my dreams and literally ruined my life. I played classics like The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, which I'll talk about in a later episode, and NBA Street V3 because despite the fact that I didn't know anything about basketball, I loved Mario. We even had one of those screens you could attach to the GameCube, which until about 2 years ago, I never realized wasn't a Nintendo product. I remember so vividly getting my Nintendo DS for Christmas in 2004. I realize now how lucky I was to be a kid of a family of 4 in a 2-bedroom apartment that received a Nintendo DS for Christmas. I don't know what you had to do for that, Mom, but I enjoyed the heck out of it. Up until this point, the only games I knew existed were Clue Finders, Times Attack, and HotOrNot.com. Fortunately, the educational games are the ones that ultimately stuck because I love learning, but I hate judging other people. Standing there looking at this isometric world with all of its menus, maps, and all of its possibilities, my enthrallment must have been obvious because then, closing out of the Diablo II Windows XP client, my cousin Cameron said, "Check this out." It was then, through my uncle's auxiliary connected PC speakers, that I heard what I can only describe as the most beautiful sound ever known to man. My first interaction with the game was brief, since the kindness of an, at the time, young adult only extends so far, and he wanted his toy back. I'm sure that 8-year-old me was more than understanding of this request and just handed him the reins. I remember waking up the next morning on the air mattress that I slept on at the end of my grandparents' bed and shaking them awake.
"How do you spell RuneScape?"
I asked them quizzically as they looked at me with the face only a grandparent whose grandson just asked them how to spell the name of a computer game could make. In retrospect, my mispronunciation of the game's title probably made it easier to understand what I was asking them to spell for me. I mean, my grandparents aren't idiots. They would have figured it out, but I asked them how to spell 2 very common words, instead of mashing the fairly uncommon word rune with the suffix to mean an extensive view of, or the specific type of scene together. I'll be honest, extensive doesn't even begin to describe the scope of this scape. I'd go as far as to say it is easily among one of the games with the most content. Over the years, and on account of me being a kid, I often found myself being lazy and unable to get very far in RuneScape because nobody really understood how it worked. At the time, it was really more about the social aspect and escaping the harsh, cruel realities of my life. But, in due time, my dear viewer. In recent years, though, I now have a frontal lobe and understand what true escapism is, so I have gotten much better at sticking to the game. On my original main account, I even got the quest cape. I recorded an entire video of me getting the quest cape. Recorded hundreds of hours of gameplay. Had a pretty big script, but then went, no, I can do better than this. So I've set out on a new character that I have named Sidestep, which I think is a pretty good name. He is an Iron Man, which means he can't trade with other players, and I have to collect all of the resources on my own. My path took me to an adventure with a clear goal in mind, not only to get the quest cape, but also try to complete as much of RuneScape as possible. I guess now would be the best time to mention the catch. I'm an idiot, and I'm not the best at the game. So, here I am, 600 hours into the account though, and have to say, I have never been more in love with this game. I took care of all the game formalities, got the boring stuff out of the way, you know? Made sure that I was actually mentally capable of playing an Iron Man account. Turns out, yeah, I get by. So, take a seat and settle in. Let me tell you a story, and let's take a little... Alright, so first quest, below Ice Mountain. I got a good feeling, you know, it's gonna be an easy one. You know, I've already got most of the items we need: bread, knife, coins. I just need a piece of cooked meat. So that's what we're gonna go do now. Wait, hold on. A brain blast has just occurred. I could have killed this one, but it's already claimed its freedom. It's not mine to kill now. Here we go. After needlessly killing this cow when I already had plenty in my bank, we took it to the residential district of Falador to cook it. With everything I needed to be tucked away perfectly in my pockets, I headed out to find Willow, south of Ice Mountain. Willow, oh, whoa. Nice. Didn't need that. I turned that off, I thought. How baby do I need these quests? I wonder who the quest person is. Who could it be? Who could possibly have a quest for me? Willow, acting not suspicious at all, by the way, tells us that she's just looking around when I run up on her and ask her what she's doing. Apparently, there's a door nearby that she's really excited about. This confuses Sidestep, however, because he's seen tons of doors before. Nonetheless, Willow believes that because it is covered in rocks, it may be the entrance to some ancient ruins. Sidestep is immediately interested and asks if she's an archaeologist. She, with a very unsuspicious demeanor, by the way, admits that she is in fact a famous archaeologist. She can't do it alone though. Worried some other famous archaeologist would come to nab her of her glory. This is where you come in. We of course agree to help her with this little conundrum she has found herself in. Your job is to recruit all her old, not crime-committing crew back together. She calls them her crew in this sentence, but changes it to excavation team, which, you know, all things being implied here aside, I'm pretty sure any group of people who are around each other in some capacity fairly consistently, you could just point at and be like, that's a crew. She was probably just trying to be more specific though. This is not suspicious. Willow lays out the plan. First, we're gonna need somebody to get rid of these rocks. She suggests Brunt the dwarf, an explosive specialist. Next, we'll have to find somebody strong enough to move the rocks out of the way. Sidestep approaches the plate, ready to fulfill his civic duty, but gets laughed at and told, "We need a real strong man." For this, we have to go to the real strongman, Shekel. Lastly, we're gonna need a thief, because who else would know how to disarm the traps we're gonna come across? And for this, she just tells us to go find this dude named Marley. Oh, Shekel. Shekel. What does Pexa sell? Oh. We don't need any of this now, but that's nice to know. We start at the barbarian village where I killed the chief just to see how hard it would be. He gave a good fight, but in the end, it was me picking up his bone. As I reached the man's already skeletal body, I accidentally picked up this beer that was just sitting on the table and then just kind of let it sit in my inventory. My initial thought was, oh, what joke can I make about drinking this beer? And then I forgot as soon as my eyes looked away from it. We then go to find Shekel in the village. Holy shit, this is a man. Sidestep introduces himself and starts to tell Shekel about the door Willow has found. But as soon as he utters her name, Shekel wants nothing to do with it. He felt very underappreciated in the past, which is not as bad as I thought the situation was going to be. I definitely thought she accidentally got one of their crew members killed or something. Shekel revels in Sidestep's naivety, but agrees to help him if he can prove his strength. All right, I will go talk to Atalaeus. Oh, Atalaeus. Hey, man. What do you want, little man? Back in the dining hall where we brutally overthrew the chieftain, we find Atlas, who agrees to help us when he hears that Shekel sent us. After a 2-minute training montage cutscene with a banger music track, we return to Shekel to show him our strength. Check this out. Yeah. Alright, that didn't impress you? Nah, I'm just joking. Check this out. Ooh. With Shekel satisfied, we find Marley north in Edgeville. Hey man, I need you to come do this dig with me. Meet your old archaeologist friend Willow. His task is a bit easier, as all we have to do is go ask the chef of the Blue Moon Inn located in South Varak to make him a steak sandwich. I will go talk to the chef Marley of the Blue Moon Inn and ask very politely to make Marley the good. Dr. Harlow. Not who I need the chef. Hey guys, I'm here to talk to one person and one person only, and that's the fucking chef. Talk to Cook. My name is Chef. The cook simply refuses to make the sandwich when he learns it's for Marley. He will, however, teach us to make the sandwich. Why Marley could not cut bread in half and put steak between those pieces of bread, I honestly have no idea. We take it back to Marley in Edgeville, and he has the audacity to tell me it's not as good as usual. In an unexpected turn of events, though, the thief sticks to his word, and he heads out to meet up with Willow and Shekel. The last one was just us heading over to Falador and playing rock, paper, scissors with Brunt, who turns out to be an alcoholic mess. And Sidestep just cheats to win by changing his hand after seeing Brunt's, and then they both head back to the cave. Well, it's not a cave yet, it's a door with rocks on it. Hey guys, it's me, I'm part of the team. We watch as the plan gets executed step by step in a perfect fashion. Brunt blows up the door. Shekel removes the remaining rocks, and Marley follows it up by slipping in and disarming any traps he finds. Just like that, we're in. The gang and I shuffle in through the now dust-covered door. When we enter, however, Willow gets frustrated as she's looking around. Sidestep remarks how exciting it is to have found ruins like this untouched. And she just begins ranting and raving. There's no gold, diamonds, rare gems, pile of loot, or treasure. Sidestep, of course, confused by this sudden and extremely abrupt attitude, asks why any of that matters with the historic discovery they've made. Almost all at once, the facade fades away, and Willow's mask slips as she breaks it to Sidestep that he was being used the entire time. With the cat out of the metaphorical bag, Willow says that she simply cannot let Sidestep live now that he knows who they are, and now that our usefulness has come to an end. The ground starts rumbling, and we all turn to see Brunt, situated just on top of a rock-textured pressure plate. Behind Brunt rose a rock golem, here to protect these ruins, I presume. The thieves all take this opportunity to slip out, locking us in here with that thing.
Okay, it's all gonna be over soon. As soon as I hit this last hit, you're just gonna be over. There we go. There we go.
As Sidestep takes some time to rummage through Willow's bag that she just left there, the grand doors behind the golem start to shift as the rock pieces still there fall to the ground. A dwarf steps out, stunned to see another person.
Parts for his workshop. The bank here. There's Baronite. What does Baronite do? What is Camdoza's vault? Why have I never been here? Offering altar? What the fuck is this place? What? I'm so confused right now. Black Knight's Fortress. I need one of these cabbages real quick. And I'm gonna run over here. What's up, Ozaich? Alright, let's go buy a bronze med helm. Now that I know I can get one from this fucking barbarian. Give me one. And then I need an iron chain body. There's a chainmail shop. Okay. That's perfect. All right, sir. Show me your wares. Show me your goods. I'd like to trade. Do I need iron? Nice. All right. To up here we go. Hopefully he's right here. Shit, he's on the other side, isn't he? Wait, second floor? Wait, this is British. There he is.
We head back to Falador to find Sir Amic Vars, who tells us he is in need of someone to commit some espionage for the White Knights. Of course, he would do it if he was permitted to use espionage as a member of the White Knights. You can send someone on a task to perform espionage, but committing it yourself would be treason against the state. Yeah, okay, I'll do it.
All right. Fortress guys. Hello. These guys aren't gonna attack me. They wouldn't know what to do with me. I'm going in here. I need to have these. Oops. Sorry. I just meant to do that. Didn't mean to attack you. Gonna hop in here, boys. Don't pay attention to me. Just committing espionage.
We make our way through the maze of a fortress, which is this terrible layout design, Mr. CEO of Black Knight Fortress's construction team. Eventually, we find a grate in the wall we can listen through. The Black Knight Fortress captain is talking to a witch who says they are close to completing an invincibility potion. All they need now is a special cabbage kept at Draenor Village Manor. She is sending her best on this mission, as it is of the utmost importance. After 5 years of preparation and running through trial and error, it is now up to Greldo the Goblin to retrieve this very important cabbage. Hearing this, Sidestep knows he has to act fast. The clanking of ladders not properly fastened against the wall, and the tapping of his boots flies past Sidestep's ears as he makes his way back through the fortress to a room above the one we saw the cauldron in. He peers down into the hole in the ground, able to see the cauldron below. Always carrying his in case of emergency cabbage in his back pocket, he throws it into the hole. The muffled yells of the witch echo through the opening, and we know our job is complete.
Oh, ceramic. Oh, ceramic. I've really done them good now. I've really fluffed them up, sir. Can I be part of your little club now? The white guys or whatever?
We backtrack to Falador to let Ceramic know of our victory, which he gladly pats us on the back for.
All right. Up one flight of stairs. Up another flight of stairs. At least your guys' castle is a castle, not a fortress that I have to go up and down a bunch of ladders. What can I say? They would withdraw the demands, which would seem confirmed to story. And I believe there's some cash reward. Oh, hell yeah. 2,500, 3 quest points. Thank you, wise old man. Another one down. Another fucking quest completed. Easy peasy for Sidestep.
Standing restlessly below Falador Farm, we find Captain Tok, who tells us that a curse has fallen on his crew. He's in need of a young lass, lad, or larva, much like ourselves, that can help him get to the bottom of what horrible fortune has befallen his crew. Of course, Sidestep is more than up for this task, and we meet Captain Tok at his ship near Remington to set sail for Corsair Cove.
Guess technically it would be food, right? No, not technically. Okay, well, I'm already doing it. I'm already pulling it. Okay, last one's holding on, dude. Let's go. Oh. All right, here you go, sir.
Now with the red berries in hand, overflowing because Sidestep is carrying 13 in one hand, Captain Tok tells us about his crew Nochi, Ithoi, Arson, and Colin before stepping onto the ship. We arrive and first head to Ithoi, the team's navigator, trusted guide, and oldest member.
The red berry goblin, dude, swear to God.
He tells us he's been all around the world, seen all the things, but he has never seen anything like this curse. Sidestep realizes, okay, then, well, you're kind of useless to me then, and 180's out of the house. The first of the younger crew we talk to is Nochi, who tells us he believes the curse happened because of a doll he accidentally fished up. Ithoi was always telling them about curses and such. He, instead of throwing it directly back into the ocean, decided to find a shovel and a good tree to dig a hole by and bury it. He is now asking us to go dig up the doll and kill the demon inside. Yeah, Nochi, let me get right on that, pal. With Nochi's story fresh in our mind, we head to talk to Arson, the thief of the crew. Every crew needs at least one thief. He believes that the curse came from when he was exploring the caves to the west for Captain Tok. Upon dropping into one, though, he was greeted by a crowd of ogres who turned to face him. Fearful of coming back to the captain empty-handed, he grabbed the nearest loot he could find and made his way swiftly out of the cave. Now, he figures it must have been an ogre relic, and the shamans of the village have now cast this curse on the crew. Nearby, we find cabin boy Colin, which is his legal birth name, by the way, who is in regret for not listening to Ithoi. He had always warned them about curses. Now he's really gone and done it, though. Colin howls in shame about the night that he brought the curse on the crew. It happened while using Ithoi's telescope, one beautiful star-filled night, and as the light broke through the glass into his literal cornea, he peered into the ocean and his eyes rest on a beautiful mermaid. He begins to call out to her from the deck in waves. It's hard to tell, but he thought she waved back, and so Colin blew a kiss. The mermaid seems to dash away, and Colin becomes confused, remarking, maybe she doesn't like strangers shouting about her appearance and blowing kisses at her. That might have been rude of me. Man, the fact that this guy can learn and grow to not mistreat women, it kind of makes real misogynists. Well, I mean, it kind of makes them look like fucking idiots. Colin says Ithoi always told them to be careful of mermaids. Well, boys, you have given me a lot to ponder. I guess first I'll go fill Captain Talk in and also retrieve the ogre relic that Arson took. Then I'll figure out whatever's going on here. Mark my words. With the relic in hand, Sidestep seeks out the ogre's cave to return the relic. After descending the ladder, we find Chief Tess at the bottom. It turns out this is just an ogre toothpick and has no significance whatsoever. I'm starting to worry these pirate dudes may be idiots. Nonetheless, Sidestep is nothing if not a man of his word, so we continue to investigate. Next stop, we head further west of the caves and dig at the tree Nochi said he buried the cursed doll near. Of course, when we dig it up, it appears to be nothing more than modern science driving that doll through clockwork. Another possibility ruled out, we find Ithoi's telescope at his house and peer through it. I'm sure you'll all be surprised when I say this, but it turned out not to be a mermaid. It was just an ogre the whole time. In its reps in. We go inform each of the curse-ridden pirates that this was not caused by them, but just like Sidestep, they're left confused about what could have really happened to the crew.
Okay. I gotta go talk to TikTok on the clock. EJ, blow them speakers up. Tonight, I'ma fight till we see the sunlight.
TikTok cuts right to the chase and asked if we've figured it out yet. Sidestep informs him that we have ruled out all of the Corsair crew's theories. We walk the captain through how we ruled out each of the theories, and he shows the most sympathy for Nochi as he says, any sufficiently advanced technology be indistinguishable from demonic possession. Word, dude. The captain says this all began when Ithoi and himself went to Parlay. They got back, and the crew as well as Ithoi all fell sick. Sidestep wonders what they had eaten, but because Ithoi wasn't here, he hadn't eaten with them, so it couldn't have been the food.
Find out more about this grub these guys have been gouging on. Grub these guys have been gnawing on. On paper, it's alliteration. On paper, it's alliteration. We run to talk to the crew again to hear more about the food since the captain says it happened right after dinner. Nochi tells us he had been too afraid of the possessed doll to cook, and Ithoi volunteered to do all of the fishing and cooking that night. What a guy. When we talk to Arsene, though, we get completely off topic and learn about his brother Francois, who is away on a mission right now, but is going to become second in command if that mission is completed, which would mean he's going to replace Ithoi. We go back to confront Ithoi, and he is reasonably defensive. Upon pushing the topic even a little bit, though, Ithoi crumbles and starts confessing what he's done. Yes, that's right. He poisoned them. He was only pretending to be sick this whole time, and now that he has the entire crew convinced it was a curse, they will never believe it was him. There's no way to prove that he isn't sick. I'm gonna burn this guy's fucking house down. Fuck this.
Of course, when he realizes his house is on fire, he hurries underneath to put it out. Gotcha! After telling Captain Talk about this, he asks us to kill? Okay. Kill Ithoi for his dastardly deeds.
Alright. Well, for this betrayal, the only logical thing to do is to kill him. So, here I go with that. Murder initiated. You're getting owned, dude. Mega owned. How old are you? Why are you so low level, man? Thank you. 2 quest points. Yay, I did it.
With another murder successfully committed, we head east to Taverley for our next quest.
All right, Doric's quest. Doric, I hear you have a quest for me. All right. Use your anvils? Yeah, I'll start your quest. 4 copper, 2 ore. Yeah. It's crazy that you need those things, because I have them. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Zoinkwiz. For gratzing me. Another quest complete.
We found ourselves stumbling around the outskirts of Falador yet again when Sidestep saw Redbeard Frank. We ask him to tell us where we can find treasure, and surprisingly, he's willing to tell us the location for the small price of just a bottle of rum. We'll have to sneak it on board the boat since recently Customs has been very nosy. Happy to help though. We take the boat to Karamja, which... Okay, honestly, look, I'm about to level with you. Swear you won't make fun of me? Up until now, 2023, I forgot you could take this boat to Karamja for just 30 GP. I've been chartering ships.
Up to Zombo? Hey, Zombo. Try some of my fine wines and sprites, all brewed locally on Karamja Island. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, man. Did I really need pick? And that's what it did? It highlighted that instead of just like highlighting these? Nice.
We collect the bananas to hide the rum in and have it shipped back to Port Sarum. It was a foolproof plan. Literally, how could this go wrong? They would need a reason to look in the crate. Not even like, you know, reasonable suspicion or whatever. Just why the hell would anyone check the banana crate? The plan goes off without a hitch. After the boat docks back in Port Sarum, we have to get into the back room of the store where the crate was offloaded.
Hey man, do you mind if I take this apron? Mind if I yoink this real quick, man? Yeah, thanks. Hey man, I'm an employee. I work here. You know me. Wyndon, you know me.
No one can resist the charms of Sidestep. Trust me, I've tried, but the slope that is his gravitational pull is a steep one.
All right. Now to return to my boy, Frank. Thanks for the job. I'm leaving. I quit. Back to being an adventurer. Fuck yeah, this is way cooler. I'm having way more fun again. Working in a shop sucks.
Proudly, we march back to Redbeard Frank, rum in hand, and he gives us the key to a chest located upstairs at the Blue Moon Inn. Sweat dripping across his face after running several miles from Port Sarum to Varrock, Sidestep opens the chest to find a piece of paper with further instructions to go to Falador and dig in the park. Sweet.
Middle of a cross? Right here. Right here. Take this Gotti. Dig again. Yes. One-eyed Hector's treasure. Alright. For this one, I gotta get a few things. I gotta get a pot of flour. Wait, shit. Where am I gonna get a pot of flour? I gotta go all the way to, like, Lumbridge? Shit, man. That blows. Get a bronze bar? Oh, man. Does the general store sell pots of flour? That'd be kind of litty. I don't know if they do though. Do sell pots. Not of fluaire though. You know how long it's been since I've used an actual fucking flour churn in RuneScape? Yes. A lot of flour. Nice. Alright, I need a bronze bar, 3 beers. Jesus. There. Got my beers. Soft clay, I'm pretty sure I just need to put some water on some clay that I have. Bronze bar and plate skirt. I can get the bronze over here at the El Carrade mine. Make it into a bronze bar. 1 tin, 1 copper. I just said that backwards. Whatever. We're out of here. We're fucking out of here. Do you have what I need? No. Oh, that's so fucked. Where am I gonna have to get a pink skirt from? Am I gonna have to go to like Varrock? No. All right. Well, up to Varrock I go, I guess. All right. So hopefully the clothes stop here. Thessalia. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Really could have been in deep water there. Need a bronze bar and some soft clay. All right, let's go to the furnace. Go ahead and melt that shit. Bronze. Now, I'm pretty sure soft clay is just... Pretty sure this is how you mix it. Perfect. Can I catch this? Gotcha. All right, hello, sir. Where's Chancellor Hassan? Hello, sir. I heard you're whimpering through the window and I'm here to help.
Now that we have everything we need to rescue a prince, should that chance arise, randomly and by coincidence, we will be ready to spring into action should that happenstance occur. Through tears streaming down his face, Chancellor Hassan tells us that Prince Ali recently has been kidnapped. Sidestep just happens to have a very trusting face, so the Chancellor tells us to go see his loyal aide. Osman at first is particularly wary of Sidestep, confused as to why the Chancellor would choose a stranger rather than somebody from their city to do this task. It's very simple. I asked if he needed help, and he said yes. While he doesn't agree with the choice necessarily, he concedes, saying that he will trust the Chancellor's decision. With that in mind, he begins to tell us that the prince was taken by a woman who calls herself Lady Kelly, who is holding him in the jail just east of Draenor Village. Osman's daughter is going to be there already to help us break him out. We first have to make a disguise to eventually let the prince use during the escape. So we head to Ned, who is a world-renowned weaver, and ask him to make us a wig, which we dye blonde, and then head over to Aggie the witch.
I need some of your finest paste. Some of your grossest paste, please.
Scoping out the scene, Sidestep heads into the jail to do some on-site sleuthing. He cleverly tricks Kelly by pretending to be her #1 fan. Inconspicuously, we use our soft clay to make a mold of the key to the prison that she keeps around her neck.
Don't mind my soft clay going into this.
We head back to Osman so that he can make us a copy of the key. Meanwhile, these gate guards, totally unaware of what I'm doing, continue to ravage my bank by charging me a steep tax of 10 GP per gate use. Still, we get the key made and head back to Draenor Village.
I can't keep on paying this fucking toll, man. I gotta get this quest done. ASAP. All right. I only got 10 more through that gate, man. I guess I could use a Ring of Dueling. What am I doing walking all the way back here? I have plenty of Ring of Duelings.
I, very intelligently, grab the Ring of Dueling from my bank while in Draenor, and then head in the complete wrong direction to try to find Osmond's daughter, Leela. Eventually, we make our way to her, though, and recount the plan to dress the prince up as Lady Kelly in order to sneak him out. She reminds us that we don't want any unneeded violence, and with that aching on the back of Sidestep's bloodlusting cranium, we seethe into the jail to begin the rescue. The guard outside the cell puts up quite the argument as he protests taking a load off and leaving his post. However, noticing the cracks on his dried lips, we can tell that the guard is simply parched. This reveals the perfect opportunity to get him drunk. As it happens, the hardened hired hand guard Joe was not simply put down by a single beer. That's why I brought 3. With Joe incapacitated, we have to deal with Lady Kelly in a quiet and stealthy manner.
I'm here to tie you up. Fooled ya. I literally pranked you so hard.
We enter the cell with Prince Ali and get him into the Lady Kelly disguise we have crafted.
Okay, Prince Ali's gone. Now, I could have saved so much time by using this a couple of times, but, you know, better late than never. No time like the present. C'est la vie. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. I'm coping. Oh, I'm coping.
And with that, we victoriously stride to the Chancellor, who informs us of Ali's safe return.
Yay, free use of the Al-Kharid toll gate. That's so huge. 700 coins. Oh, thank God they repaid me for all the times I've ever gone through that gate. Vegex, put a counter on how many times people go through that gate for people. What's wrong with you? Why is there no counter for that? Wait, give me this. Right, Vampyre Slayer the quest. Gotta get a beer. They're allergic to it. And that's the truth. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows vampires are allergic to beer, so grabbing one. Let's go get this vampire shwasted.
Not far from the jail cell Prince Ali was held in, we find Morgan, a man shouting at strangers passing by his house door, frightened as his little town, his home, Draenor Village, is being ravaged by a monster. Fortunately, Morgan not only knows where this vampire holds keep, but knows exactly which room he sleeps in. Always up for another adventure and even more excited about the possibility of murder, Sidestep gladly accepts this invitation for purely selfish and hate-driven reasons. Morgan instructs us to first go talk to Dr. Harlow in the Blue Moon Inn of Iraq.
Now, which one could be this drunk Vampyre Slayer? Hey, you look like you know how to kill a guy.
Dr. Harlow, like most supporting characters in this game, we find drunk, stumbling about the Blue Moon Inn, which, can I take a moment to say, this pub has seen so many people. The Blue Moon Inn gets mileage in these quests. We give Dr. Harlow a beer, which sobers him up, and he's able to give us instructions on how to kill the vampire. Having garlic on us will weaken it, but we have to be sure to drive this wooden stake through his heart. We head directly to Draenor Manor and attempt to kill the vampire.
This manor holds a lot of secrets, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of shit that goes on in the walls of this little manor here. Ava's over here. Fucking got some shit upstairs going on. You got these, you know, Ernest the chicken. You got some cabbages growing here. Come here, buddy. Yeah, unable to push the stake in. Do I need to That hammer. Aren't I a fool? Aren't I a freaking fool for this one, folks? One hammer, please. Ow. Dude, I'm literally going to fight a vampire. Can you lay off my case grill? Damn, that's crazy. What? Thank you. Thank you, wise old men. Another one completed.
The last quest in this free-to-play pack is, I think, the last quest a lot of players do in free-to-play, and that's because you need to have a friend to do it. Well, I also am somewhat lacking in that department, so I instead invited my brother, Xavier, to help me out on this last quest.
Where are you?
In front of the castle.
Come here.
Come. Oh, there he is. Follow.
So I have to talk to Charlie the Tramp first. Is that who you gotta talk to start? Chose the Phoenix Gang one?
Phoenix Gang. Talk to Oreldo.
Okay, that's in the library. Okay, go ahead. Go talk to your boy. I'll talk to Charlie here.
There are two rival gangs currently fighting throughout Varrock, the Phoenix and Black Arms gangs. I head to Charlie the Tramp to start scouting information. He tells me immediately that, yes, there is a criminal organization at the end of this alleyway. Intrigued by this, Sidestep asks if he would be allowed to join. Meanwhile, Xavier heads to Reldo in the Varrock Museum, who tells him about the Shield of Arrav, once wielded by and named after the champion of Varrock during his battle with the powerful necromancer Zemerigal. Reldo knows that the Phoenix Gang currently has half the shield in their possession, and points Xavier to Barrick, a fur trader in Varrock Square. Katrine, the leader of the Black Arms gangs, asks me to break into the Phoenix Gang hideout and steal some crossbows for her and the gang. We'll have to find a way in, kill the weapons master, and bring the weapons back to her. Barrick is quick to divulge information about the Phoenix Gang to my brother for the mere price of 20 gold pieces. On the south side of Varrock, just east of the entrance, Xavier attempts to gain access to the hideout. Straven, the leader here, is hesitant at first to talk, but Xavier offers Straven his services. He must gain their trust though, since you can never be too careful. Their rival gang has a meeting at the Blue Moon Inn with an informant.
I love the targeting because I'm just like walking backwards. Eyes trained on this guy through a wall.
So quickly making his way there, since it's next door, Xavier walks in, beelines towards the man, and murders him. With his worth proven, Straven allows him into the Phoenix Gang and tells him that he is, in fact, one of the leaders of the gang. After being given a key and blessing, Xavier heads to the back of the hideout to find the shield.
Hey man, I've been looking all over the place for you.
Oh yeah,
You little rascal.
The gang base is over here.
Dude, the gangbang is over there? What?
Drop your key for Sidestep to take. I think so, right?
Yeah. Give me. I mean, we could trade, but that works. Thanks, bye.
We meet right outside the hideout and next to the crime scene of Xavier's recent murder, so he can give me the Phoenix Gang's hideout key.
Oh, sorry. I ran to my base. I was so excited to tell my leader, but I needed to go to your base. I need to break into your gang's base. This is like, what a complete betrayal.
Yeah, immediately. They were like, okay, you're in. Here's this key. And I walked outside and handed it to a complete stranger.
Not a complete stranger. Somebody you know is in the,
opposing gang.
yeah. Hang on, I gotta kill his weapons master. With the express reason that you know he's going to use it for gang activities.
Yeah.
Alright, now I'm gonna take these crossbows. You can't fucking stop me now, you're dead as fuck.
Great gang wars.
What?
I love initiating and like sustaining gang wars. I think it's really good for the economy.
Hey, wait, check this out, check this out.
Ooh, yeah.
Dude.
I'm in. Look at all these thieves. Don't worry, I'm gonna steal this half of the shield. Okay, I don't know why it defaults to shut instead of search. I don't know why they...
Xavier and I took our respective halves to the curator of the Varrock Museum, Hagen. Stunned to see us with our halves, he tells us the shield that has been missing for 25 years has returned. I don't know. In retrospect, for something that is considered a relic of the city, 25 years isn't that long for something like that to be missing. Varrock was founded in the year 700 of the Fourth Age, which went on for another 1,300 years. And we're in the 169th year of the Fifth Age now, which means this is 1,469 years after the inception of Varrock. Despite the fact that the shield is a relic crafted by the Mkondo dwarves, given to Varrock's ancient hero and pretty much great-granddad in an effort to put an end to the dark force Zemmerregal, who swore not only to destroy him and his home, but also his people wherever they may find themselves. I don't know, I would say that missing for 0.02% of the entire city's existence isn't too bad. Also, how did it end up in two pieces? Because this shield was supposed to be strong enough to stop the magics of even the Majorat, who are actually just imbued with the power of the gods of destruction and darkness? You're telling me that the Phoenix Gang, after pulling a museum heist to steal the shield, split into two factions, not only forming the Black Arms Gang, but also snapping the shield of Arrav in half like a Kit Kat bar? At long last, Xavier and I arrived at the castle's doorstep to claim the reward for returning the shield. Turns out, inflation has really done a number on the gold standard of Gielinor over the last 25 years. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Overall, it surprises me that even for a player who isn't paying for the game at all, there is still so much content to do. I didn't even do the best one in this video, Dragon Slayer. Because dude needed his rune plate body, man. Jagex has been able to craft a full world to explore and interact with. The free-to-play endgame might be Dragon Slayer, which hardly even kind of scratches the surface of this game, but that is still dozens of hours of content. You get to fully decide whether this game is for you or not by the time you even have to think about paying for it. Finishing every free-to-play quest is not really a monumental achievement, but certainly the first step in a long journey. I said it in the beginning of this video, and I meant it. I was thinking too small when I planned on making just a Questcape video. So I tried to set this account up in a way that we can skip to all the real content of the game, the meats and potatoes, as it were. We have done just a small percentage of a fraction of what is to come, though. I want to master the bosses, do the collections. Pretty soon, I'm planning on doing a first try Iron Man Fire Cape kind of video, because I've never, I've gotten the Fire Cape once on my main. You get to watch me just kind of suck at the game that I've put more time into than literally anything else in my life. To say I grew up with RuneScape would be a colossal understatement, because it wasn't just formative. RuneScape raised me. There was a lot that I was trying to escape from as a kid, and RuneScape was where I found that home. I hope for this series as it unfolds to be a documentation of the account's progress, but also, selfishly, proof to myself that I, as a person, have come a long way since being shown RuneScape for the first time in that cluttered office room. I hope to share a lot of that with you guys through this series, and maybe when I'm done with this, I can confidently say that I have made my ode to RuneScape. Try to even give it a small percentage of what it's given me. So, strap in, everybody. This is a journey of young love, discovering myself, early addiction, and new beginnings. This is a RuneScape Sidestep.